Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block here on Bossrush Network. I'm your host, and lots excited Eddie Reed. Joining me is the one, the only bossman himself, Mr. Corrin Derrick. Hello, good sir.
Hello. Are we on? Are we live? Are we
We are recording, everybody. Yes, Corey, we are doing it live.
I know.
I was just
kidding. I was just messing around. I'm still adjusting some stuff here. All right. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're trying out some new things, which I'll get to in a little bit when we get to content to plug. But this is kind of what Laron and I have been working on in the background for a little bit now, and exciting things. So, hi, Ed.
Hi. How are you? I haven't got to talk to you pretty much this whole week.
Yeah, I know. It's been busy, man. It's been quite the week, man. It's been. We'll say. I don't know how else to say it.
Like I know there was one day this week we just didn't say anything, and then I was just like, and I know I should be reaching out more to you, just message you and say hi and stuff.
Well, it's not just that. It's just like, I mean, work has been super busy, and then trying to get stuff lined up for Boss Rush stuff has been busy because we are, obviously prepping a lot of things for the launch and the reveal of the Switch 2, and dabbling in the live stuff again, which we're kind of testing right now. So like, whatever, we're all friends here. We're all going to be here when it's time, right? So
yes.
Yeah, I just have been busy and trying to like make room for a Switch 2.
Yeah.
In my budget.
Well, I'm trying to get stuff ready, like I said, for PAX East. I still gotta find my taxes.
Yeah, that too.
I can't even do my car payment yet because the website that I normally do my car payment is down, and so I'm waiting for that to get back normal. Luckily, I got to the 26th to do it, but it's just like, man, I want to get my car payment out so I don't have to worry about anything. I'm getting my hotel stuff with Cordy, getting that all together. Get next, like I said, my flight, the my business cards and all of that. Just trying to get that ready. But there is there is one thing that kind of, and I got a writer banter. I meant to do it today. My body just needed to rest. I just got done working 6 days, literally this whole week, and one of my employees was just like, "Can you go in and work for me today?" I'm like, "No, I'm on my 7th day. I got to work Sunday also." Like, no, I can't work. I'm taking the day off. I've been watching the Xbox community talk about Xbox's handheld. Don't know if it's rumor or if it's been confirmed or anything, but that topic has came up. Guys, check out Xbox Casual. I know Corey, you guys talk about it and cover it, but I kind of feel that, and I think this even happened with the Wii U, in a sense that I still think Nintendo is the number one company leading the whole video game industry, and I don't think there will ever be anyone to overtake it. Now, I know people want to probably say, "Oh, that's a really outrageous, bold statement to say," but I don't think so. I think every time Nintendo brings something out, a lot of companies want to try to, get a piece of that pie, get a piece of that cake. And I think with the success of the Nintendo Switch and the success of them being in the console business and handheld business, everybody wants to kind of go that route because there is money there, in a sense. And I think that I really don't think there will be no company, no one in the video game industry that would ever beat Nintendo. Not even, I don't even think PC would ever do it. And the reason why that reason I say is because the PC market has kind of moved to, and this may be a dig at Steam and stuff, has failed in a sense that where Nintendo succeeded, and now that Nintendo has shown success with the Switch, Steam or Valve, in a sense, has gone that route and gave that option of handheld gaming because their past hardware stuff outside of PCs and laptops have never worked. It just didn't go nowhere. And so I kind of want to write a banner of why Nintendo will always be number one. Even with the Switch 2, they'll probably still be number one, where a lot of companies will want to get their hands on, once again, a piece of that pie and be somewhat like Nintendo
Mm-hmm.
or follow that business plan. Because like with the Wii U, you had smart glass. You had the PlayStation Vita, I think they was doing kind of the, your game on your console to your handheld in a sense. So I kind of wonder if it wasn't for Nintendo having the Wii U out, even getting to the Switch, I don't think other companies would start trying to copy each other or anything, or copy a business plan to make them successful.
Yeah. Yeah, Nintendo is it's going to be really fascinating to see this handheld PC market grow, and specifically Xbox's approach to it, right? Because like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we'll probably talk about it on an expansion pass or a one up episode coming up soon, but like,
Yeah.
Microsoft is trying to merge their Xbox ecosystem with their Windows ecosystem
Mm-hmm.
and still allow like Xbox 360 games and original Xbox games, like digital versions of those games, to work on PC,
Yes.
right? Which is like probably some sort of licensing nightmare, but also something that they are have what I've been hearing is that they're working to integrate the Xbox ecosystem and everything surrounding it into Windows 12, which is launching sometime soonish, probably around the time the next Xbox launches, I'm assuming. But
Is
like,
that going to be? I wonder if that's a free update for everybody.
I don't know. I don't
Hmm.
use Windows, so I don't know. Can't tell you.
I'll probably talk to them around about that there.
Yeah. Uh, so that's going to be real. That, like, if they can do that successfully,
Mm-hmm.
and like the next Xbox be like a user friendly like PC under your TV, and like the handheld can like be a handheld PC, and like they kind of talk to each other and talk to the Xboxes, and you can also have Steam and Epic Game Store installed on there. Like the
Yeah.
fact that you can get PlayStation exclusives on there now too, right? Like
Right.
there's like a whole gamut of things that is like really fascinating with this Xbox side of things, and like I don't know, man. It seems very complicated and just something as much as I really love Xbox, like the fact that like I don't really want to do the whole PC thing, and like it's really gonna, I don't know, change the way I feel about really trying to put Xbox next generation stuff. So I don't know. We'll see when it happens. Who knows? Who knows if
Yeah.
Microsoft can even pull it off, right? Like,
And if Microsoft can pull it off, that would be somewhat 2/3 of the universal gaming. And reason why I say that because of course you would have Xbox, but you would have PC games only. And you have Sony through Steam. You wouldn't have really Nintendo or anything. If Nintendo did allow something like that happening through a piece, through like Steam or something, then Xbox would literally become the universal system to play games.
yeah,
But
except for Nintendo games, right? I mean,
right, I mean, if Nintendo had allowed it through Steam, like their digital
hmm
versions of games through Steam or
hmm
whatever, you, Xbox will become the universal thing.
yeah, which is crazy because this was actually the pitch for the original Xbox. That's how they got it greenlit. Was like, we want to build a PC for the living room
Yeah.
because, and Bill Gates said do it because obviously PlayStation 2 was coming and they had the term browser on their user interface, right? Remember that where it was
Yeah.
really just like you could search your memory cards and nothing else. But Microsoft took that as they were going to put the internet on PlayStation 2, which obviously they did eventually, but like, that's why the original Xbox got greenlit, was the promise of a PC in the living room. Like, they were thinking like, oh, we're going to do Excel on on the Xbox in the living room. And then they ended up like pulling all that at the last like the last 6 months of development, and like Bill Gates and what's his name? God, the eccentric. It's like who I'm talking
Peter
about.
Molyneux?
No,
No.
no. The CEO, not the CEO. The this is really bothering me. Anyways, they were really mad and almost pulled the plug on the original Xbox, but they kind of had to do it anyway, and obviously it became what it was, right? But like,
Yeah.
man.
Because
Then we saw Bill Gates dancing with The Rock on a stage somewhere.
Oh goodness gracious, that is right. Because I think Xbox was the first system to have a hard drive.
Yeah,
in its system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a 20 gig hard drive. Crazy, and you could rip your CDs onto there and play them while you listen to your own soundtracks while you're man.
Those are the days.
I think that's why I don't remember Tony Hawk 3's soundtrack. Because I would just rip my whole CD collection on there. I was like listening to Linkin Park while I was playing Tony Hawk.
I can't say when I had Grand Theft Auto 3 on PC, I did rip the hip hop station because I love Royster 5'9", and a lot of the songs on there. So I ripped it onto my computer using Real Music CD or something like Real Music, the Real Music player, and so I ripped it from that, and then I made a CD out of what I downloaded. We call it burning CDs back in the day. And so
I remember.
Oh, dude, the burner CDs were like my backups. Like I would put
I used to ask for CDRWs for Christmas and my birthday.
I had a job when I was working at Penny's, and when you used to see like the 50 CD stack for like $14.99, where there was at Walmart, you were just like, okay, what brand is the best one to get so that you can actually rip the CD, or put burn the music on the CD and be able, like, it won't come out messed up and everything.
Yeah.
For it.
And then
I used to always buy the Sony ones because the Sony ones used to always be able to burn the whole CD and everything.
Yeah, man. And then 360 had the faceplates. Remember that? Remember the man, remember when they launched the Final Fantasy 13 one after the the Slim model came out?
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Man, anyways. But some people made some awesome custom made ones. Like they would get the white one and custom make their designs. I'm like, oh, this is hot. Like this is a banger.
Shout out to the Xbox 360, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I give it respects.
Whatever. You don't like it.
Oh, I really don't like that system. Oh no.
Well, it doesn't like you.
I know. I was a PS3 Slim kind of guy and a Wii person.
Yeah. Wii. By the way, my Wii U is hooked up real nice over here.
Yes.
Still
love
for 2 games now, because Xenoblade comes out this week. So it's only plugged in for 2 games now.
Dude, and I didn't know that the Xenoblade series is not on Nintendo Music. I was trying to I was going to listen to some of the music because Xenoblade. It's
because I think the composer owns the music, and I think they're trying to figure out license. I bet it comes next week, right? At least Xenoblade X probably.
I hope so, because
they have to. I mean they don't have to, but like they got the license for it for Tetris 99 this week, which we'll talk about later.
Okay. Yeah, because the Xenoblade music is so good. And I think going into this weekend when Xenoblade Chronicles X drops, um, it's just gonna set the mood right for those who wanna just hear the series or they drive around or work or whatever and listen to it. Also, I know Assassin's Creed Shadows is coming out. But
Mm,
man, I'm so excited for that game, but I can't get it until after PAX. And
yeah.
I'm super excited. I really hope it get great reviews. I hope sale numbers are does. I know a lot of people are playing it for um review, but I'm super excited for that game. Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed
I
Shadows.
I am too. It's funny because Stephanie said that she is going to wait because Ubisoft games always go on sale 2 months afterwards, right?
Uh
And I was like, good luck Ubisoft being around in 2 months if that game doesn't sell.
huh. So that I think that's going to be an expansion pass for later because I don't know what's going on with the Ubisoft thing that everybody is talking about.
Well, yeah, we'll talk later. They're in some real financial trouble. So,
So yeah, well,
um,
Corey, how about we get into this housekeeping? Uh,
sure. Yeah, because I forgot.
uh, this is
Here we are.
this is Nintendo Pow Block, the Nintendo podcast for Boss Rush Media and the Boss Rush Network. You can learn more and support us over on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. Joining for as little as $1 a month grants you ad-free access to our main shows, early access to expansion pass and video game book club, exclusive access to Power Blocks, one-up podcasts, and more. Become a Patreon producer at the $5 level or even follow us for free. If you can't support us financially, please head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and leave a 5-star rating and a great review as it helps with discoverability. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And make sure you leave a comment or a question below. As always, you can follow us on social media platforms at Power Block Podcast and at Boss Rush Network. And you can find all of our content, including reviews, listicles, features, our daily banter discussions, and more on bossrush.net. Um,
You like what I did there, Ed, on the thing? Like what I did there?
yes, love that. um, yes, awesome. Sorry, I was reading it, thinking, then I just clicked over and seeing it, like, oh, that's cool. Yes.
Yep.
I will say before we get into upcoming and promotion of our content, congrats to PM Studios, um, Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo is coming out in May. They do have a release date. I'm super excited because I got to talk to that team at PAX East. They were the game. It was the game that I first played when I got to PAX. Um, and when I so just a little bit behind the scenes, everybody. I got to play the game because I knew nothing about it until we got to PAX East and didn't even know about PM Studios or anything. And just got into their booth. We had early access as media. And it was one of the games that, I seen and just like, oh my goodness, I literally fell in love with it. And the director was just like, would you like to play? And the team is from Brazil. And I was like, yeah. The moment I touched the game and the tight controls and telling me the team was going for a Game Boy Advance kind of feel to it, I was just like, I need this game right now. Like I must have it. And he was super excited. I'm just like, this is going to be a contender for game of the year. Like there was no doubt. There was no other game that I played at PAX East. I mean, I played some other great games at PAX East last year. But it was my number one game. at PAX East. And
Mm-hmm.
so to see that it finally got a release date, they're actually doing a physical version that I already pre-ordered, which is weird because it's coming from Canada, which I'm fine with that and everything. I'm super excited for Pepperstrillo and the Curse Yo-Yo. Dude, there's just so much dropping in May. It is literally insane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh my, like,
I mean, just wait till the Switch 2 drops. I mean, everybody's claiming that since the San Francisco store is opening in May, that the Switch 2
mhm,
is launching on the same day, which I doubt it. But, you know,
yeah.
if it does, it's what I mean. I wonder how many things are going to move.
uh Quickly.
Yeah.
So it's May 28th. It's releasing on console. There's a demo available. I believe. Oh, I think it's just only for PC. I don't know if the console demo is out yet. But yeah, I got to talk to him. I got to interview him. And it's just they're so cool. That whole team. Pocket Trap is the developer, the studio who is making the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I seen the news on Twitter, uh I was just so happy. And so when I seen what the price was, just like, let me do some converting and just see, because it's just like it's gonna be a Canadian dollar. So I'm like, okay, so let me see what it is. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm definitely cannot wait for this game. I already got it. I got the collector's edition for Nintendo Switch.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm super excited for them. I believe this is their debut game, and I hopefully they are at PAX East, and everything, because I know the game won't be out by time we go, since it'll be closer to the end of the month. But I really want to congratulate them if they are there, and just like, I'm super happy for you, because I did ask them. I know they had planned for August release for PC, but I think development got pushed back. So now that they finally got the release date, everything is coming. It's going to be releasing on platforms, on console and on PC. So congratulations to Pocket Trap, Pipistrello, and the Cursed Yo-Yo. If you love Game Boy Advance style Zelda adventure games, this is definitely the one. And it's funny. Oh, it's so funny. Great writing and everything. And great soundtrack with the music, and I can't wait to hear more and play more. So just want to give them a big shout out. But Corey, yeah, do we have any content updates or promotions of content?
So my review for Fire Emblem Engage should be out by the end of the week. Not that, it's not like a big thing or anything. I just really liked it. Thought I would give it a review. I'm almost finished with it, but we are going to start live streaming shows again. At least our main shows for now. Maybe other shows in the future. Um, but we are really preparing for the Switch 2 launch, and we're going to do I know that the presentation is going to be earlier in the day on Wednesday, the 2nd, April 2nd, right? But
Yes.
that night, uh Ed, I think you, me, Stephanie, and I know LaRon wants to be on. I was going to see if Roger from Gamerheads wanted to come on, although I'm sure they're doing their own thing. Um, I'm going to try to get some people on to react to it and watch it, and we're going to do our direct recap show live here on April 2nd. That's kind of what all these test streams are leading up to.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then obviously we'll stream Nintendo Pow Block and Boss Rush podcast and probably Xbox Casuals here. So, yeah, that's kind of the upcoming content. We've been working really hard on trying to get stuff out and, do. this correctly, I'll say.
I am going to try to get the second off. I probably gonna have to see if I could put paid date off, vacation day, and get it off because um that day is gonna like you said, Corey, it's going to be a big day, just not only for Nintendo Pow Block, but like Boss Rush in general. I know there's going to be a lot of other video games covering it, but I'm like, I want to get the details. I want to see what is the release dates, the price, the games, and that little direct or whatever, whether it's 30 or 40 minutes, is going to cause a big discussion for a good while.
Well, Ed, as in tradition of when a Nintendo console gets revealed, I will be on vacation at some point that week. No joke. We're taking my kids to Columbus and stuff that weekend, and we're leaving on Thursday. So of course, during Nintendo console reveal, we're gonna not be home to talk about it or all weekend, which sucks because I wanted to do like streams and stuff like all weekend for it, but I won't be here, sadly. So I don't know. I'm a little annoyed. I'm
But
gonna lie to you, but also like
you need the vacation.
family, and I guess I have to go, right? So
yes. Well, I think there's just going to be so. We're all going to discuss the system, just from the information that is provided to us. But then, once the hypotheticals start popping in, that's tons of expression passes and one up episodes and discussions because Corey, I know you know me. If we get into texting, like just us two texting each other because something could happen, oh, you already know that's a show.
Oh, I know. So that will be something that I'll have to figure out beforehand, but it shouldn't be. I don't know. It shouldn't be that big a deal, I guess. And we'll get it done, and we'll figure it out, and that'll be that. So
Yes.
but other than that, let's see. I don't think there's anything else though, really, right now.
I am I'll be working on my blogs and stuff, my banters and stuff, so I can give it to David, and everything. I'm thinking I may do a review for Avowed, because I'll talk to that more about in Play with Power. I haven't did an Xbox review. I did PlayStation and Nintendo, and I think, and sometimes some of the games have been multiplayer games, but I do want to do like an Xbox review, for with Avowed first party Xbox, I should say. Everybody, I have did some third party that you can play on, like I said, on multiple consoles or PC, but I do, since Avowed is a first party game through Microsoft, I do want to do. I'm thinking of getting into that and playing, doing the review for it. So,
nice.
So, well, everybody, it's time for Snacktendo. And Corey, I have tried the Chipotle honey chicken.
Yeah,
love it. I love it. It's so good. Wasn't that spicy?
It's not spicy at all.
Yeah, got some really good sweetness. It felt like it had like a glaze on it instead of like a rub or anything.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
it's honey. The glaze is honey.
Well, because the regular chicken is kind of like a little bit spicy because it feels like they do like spice on it. Normally sometimes when there's like the honey chicken, you would think there would be like a sauce to it, and there wasn't like really that kind of like sauce or something on it. But yeah, really, really enjoyed it. One of my other managers, Friday, decided to get some for dinner. So when I talk to her, I want to hear her thoughts on it. Um, had a poke bowl today, really, really good. Um, got my lovely Dole pink lemonade drink. Love that. Dole makes some bomb lemonade.
Mm.
And everything. I'm like, ooh, this is being out country time lemonade. It's so good. For it. Uh, for Friday for Pie Day, I did buy my associates some Domino's, so we had pepperoni pizza, for
That's not
Domino's.
pie.
That's the thing about it. I know you're supposed to have pie, but because they call it a pizza pie, I went like that. Um,
That's like when Italian people call red sauce gravy. Okay, it's not the same.
yeah, true. But we had Domino's, and then I haven't tried the um Parmesan stuffed crust from Domino's. It just came out. I just seen it, so I had to give it a try real soon.
Mm.
But it's like an extra $4. I'm like, dang, okay. Uh, but hopefully I will give that one a try. Has some Ben and Jerry's. Give me some more ice cream. Yeah, and just some Kit Kats here and there and stuff.
Mm.
Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so yeah, that's pretty much what all I've been snacking on. Nothing too major. Mexican pizza from Taco Bell, stuff like that.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, that's what I been snacking off.
I mean, the Mexican pizza from Taco Bell is it's all right. I want some Taco Bell, man. I miss Taco Bell.
It's so good sometimes.
I know. Side tangent. Did you see the good news? Did you hear the good news as the good old people that
Preach
come knock on your door? Did you
the
hear the
preacher
good
man.
news?
No, I did not. What good
The good
news?
news about Arby's?
No, are they bringing the potatoes back?
Potato cakes are back.
Really?
Yeah.
When? When did they drop it? When they
I,
announced it?
I don't know. I just saw that they were back.
Did you get some?
No, not yet.
Why not?
Someday I will. Because I just haven't gone yet, Ed.
Sneak out tomorrow and get some.
I can't.
Ah,
Riley and Sana will be gone, and I'll be
that's
stuck with
you in
the
my
angry
house.
one.
Oh, my Mauser.
Boy, do I have a story to share with you.
Oh, great. Uh, oh boy. But Corey, what have you been snacking on?
Honestly, not a lot. We
Did you
was all
cook the chicken last Sunday? Like grill it?
yeah.
Okay.
It was good. I forget what I grilled though, to be honest. Let's see. I think it was it was the I put the applewood rub, the rest of the applewood rub, and I sprinkled and I don't know if this was a good or a bad idea, but it
Mm.
tasted good. I sprinkled a little bit of the Nashville hot uh, rub that I bought into the applewood smoke rub. So it tasted like spicy applewood. It was pretty good.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty good. Not like amazing, but
Yeah.
it was pretty good. It was pretty good. So, uh, but other than that, I mean, so I was all mentally prepared to have like Casa del Rio today, and I was like really looking forward to it. And then, just to be polite, right? Not be polite, but like, I'm not the only one in this house.
Yes.
I hit my wife with, "What do you want for dinner?" And she's like, "I don't know, as long as it's not Chipotle or Casa del Rio or pizza." And I'm like, "Oh no." No, and I know what that means. It's either going to be sushi or Chinese food. And so we got sushi tonight, and like
Yes.
I wasn't mentally prepared for it. And like, here's the thing:
Mhm.
I like sushi. I don't love sushi. I like sushi, but it's one of those things I have to mentally prepare myself for, or like
Mm.
it's just not happening. uh, so yeah, we ended up having sushi, and I didn't even finish mine because I just didn't. It's not what I wanted, and it just didn't taste.
Was it feeling
You know
it?
how like when you eat things that you don't want, like you're not like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird because I have mental handicaps, but like I just like if I'm not mentally prepared to eat something like that I'm not
Mhm.
like ready to eat all the time, it like I just don't want it. Like, and when I don't want it, it makes it taste even worse. uh, so man, I don't know. It's just not what I wanted, man. Not what I wanted.
Oh.
So uh yeah, but that's kind of all of it, and some cookies, I guess, too. Let's see. Hold on. There's a show option on here. Let's see. What does that do? Show. Yeah, look, we can show some chats on here. Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Sorry, I just tested stuff out. I gotta redo the if we're gonna start doing stuff live, Ed, I gotta redo these overlays so I can make
Yeah.
room for those types of things, right? So
Okay.
uh that's this is why we're doing it live and testing stuff out.
The fun project for you.
Yeah. So
Well,
anyways, that's kind of it. I had some cookies too. Um
no.
which are fine. I mean they're just normal cookies, so it's
Well,
fine.
Corey,
No.
how about we get into playing with power?
Yeah, playing with power. Hold on,
And
let me fix this.
and I ain't gonna go first with my play with power, everybody, because I have been playing some Xbox and some Nintendo. But I'm kind of back in the Nintendo things right now. So I'm gonna start out with I started up Gears of War 3.
Mm,
Um I want to get that out the way. Just playing it for fun and everything. Um, like I said, I pre-ordered Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo. I'm still playing Cruising Near on Xbox. So, with that, I'm doing a little bit on Xbox. Final Fantasy 6. I am fighting Kefka for the first time. Um, so I mean I've beat him before when I had played the game on Super Nintendo, but I'm playing him in the remaster version. Got my tail kicked, I will say, and it sent me back to my last save. So I got to do that section all over. Um, but I want to talk about Avowed for a little bit because I just completed the game. I finished it. I think I kind of got like the best ending. I believe there's multiple endings depending on the choices that you made. Um, and I'm not gonna get in too much detail because I kind of want to say that for the review and
mhm.
everything. The boss fight at the end is a little bit longer. It feels a little bit unnecessary, but I can understand it. Um, I am kind of glad that there's only 4 sections in this game. And the reason why I say that is because I don't think there's a lot the game offers mission wise. It's kind of like if you kind of like power yourself up, um, and you able to handle some of the missions. I think you could finish the game in around a 20 to 25 um gameplay hour, depending on if you upgrade your armor and upgrade your weapon, depending on what your play style is. Um I think the game is longer if you do the side quests
Mm.
for that. I will say that. Uh Not a lot of enemy variety, but that is fine with it. Um like I said, the game is gorgeous. There is something kind of missing in this world because I feel like there is something. It feels a little bit empty at some points in this game
Mm-hmm.
with it, but uh, I did have fun. I will say when I was getting off of work, there was one day I was playing it. I didn't get to bed till like 5 o'clock in the morning. Um, because I was doing a lot of side quests and trying to figure stuff out. I was trying to get the fullness of the game before I plan on doing a review for it. Um, I think the payoff might not be as accepted for some people with this game. But I will say that it definitely is a contender for Game of the Year for Xbox. And that and makes me look forward more to what Xbox game studios have or publishers have for the future of their first party games. Because Avowed is really really fun. I know David has started it. Um, Started playing it. Um, and I think someone else was playing it. Um, let's see. Um, do, 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 do. Yeah. Um, do, 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 do. Naru was also is also playing it.
Mm.
Um, for my writing team. So yeah, I want to write a review for it. But I enjoy it for what I played. Um, One thing, and I agree with a lot of reviewers and stuff. It's just like when you finish the game, there's not much to do. Like there's no new game plus, and you cannot go back into the world after you finish it. Like my save data is my autosave. If I load it and and it kicks in, it's saved to after where the last boss fight happens, and it puts me straight to the ending, and it just repeats.
Mm.
When I got out the credits, it took me back to the title screen. I'm just like, oh man. So I mean, there is a point that it does say, um, you cannot go back after you finish if you start this quest. So pretty much if you need to finish a lot of the side quests, open up more of the maps and everything, you have to do all of that before you get into like the frontal part of the game. So
Mm. Okay.
um, but that's pretty much it with Avowed. Like you said, Corey, Xenoblade Chronicles X is dropping this Friday. So that will be the game that I will be playing fully on my Switch. I'm super excited for that. Um, yeah, and I'll be playing more Switch games. Like I'm getting back into my Nintendo gaming. But Avowed was such a big game, one of my most anticipated games for Xbox, that I wanted to see it through, and I did.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's fair. I mean, people seem to be enjoying Avowed. Um, Although I know a lot of people got cut off from Avowed for Monster Hunter. So, uh, you know, uh, cool.
so yeah, Corey, what are you playing with Power?
What am I playing? So I'm still playing Fire Emblem Engage. So I thought I was gonna have it beaten by this episode so I could talk about it more. But LaRon and I got stuck on StreamYard last night for quite a few hours trying to figure out how it all works and trying to make things work and see how it all worked and all that kind of stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I only got to play a little bit. So there's 24 chapters, Ed, and I'm heading into chapter 23, and I
Ooh.
am in this is the last part of the game where I can do any leveling up, any kind of character customization,
Mm-hmm.
anything like that because chapter 23 and 24 are back to back, and yeah, it's fun. I'm gonna be really sad when it's over. Although I still have the Xenologs to do, which are like the alternate dimension campaign to do, which
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long it is. It shouldn't. I don't think it's that long. And there's no like extra stuff to do in it, so I'll end up doing that before I wrap it all up, just because I want to see what the alternate story looks like. But um, I'm going to be really sad when this is over. I actually feel like I'm a little bit more attached to some of these characters than I was with Three Houses, in some ways. Uh, so yeah, I really, I really love it. But other than that, my son and I are playing through Yoshi's Crafted World right now,
Yes.
together, and we just beat the first boss and got the first gem. Um, dude, he really loves that game. He's like, so like, and I'll talk about it in weekly pickups. So like, I have my one of the 2DSs. I have the doorstop looking ones, uh, charged, and I let him play it, right. Um,
Yeah.
and I ended up getting him Poochy and Yoshi's Woolly World for that.
Oh.
Um, and so he can kind of play it whenever, right? Because I'm not gonna let him play my Switch. Ha! No,
Now, with
the way he throws things. Nope.
without you being present, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we also I think I might have mentioned this last week, but if not, we did beat the Power Rangers game also.
Oh,
Maybe I talked about it on Boss Rush podcast.
yeah, you did.
I hate that game, dude. It's not good at all. It's not very good. Like
Oh
the side
wow.
scrolling beat 'em ups parts are serviceable. They're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like the auto running Zord parts, the vehicle motorcycle terrible like Road Rash ripoff stages, the first person Megazord stuff is just it's 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 bad. Um and that's like all I can say about it. And we keep playing it because my son loves Power Rangers. He's like really into Power Rangers right now. Um but it's really infuriating because like I'm like kind of studying it. I'm like, why does this part feel so bad? And like we're doing the motorcycle vehicle part, right? And like you have to shoot 3 vehicles down, right? That's the whole
Mm.
mission. So we're chasing one of the vehicles and I'm shooting it. My hands aren't even on the sticks, right? And my motorcycle just starts doing one of these things. And I'm like, why is my motorcycle moving when I'm not even moving? Because like one of my biggest complaints was like I keep losing my where I'm at on the screen because I'm like looking at my reticle to shoot the enemy, right? So I'm losing
Yeah.
my character, and like the reticle has like a small area from where your vehicle is, so like
Yes.
you can't like drive on the right side of the screen and shoot on the left side of the screen because it doesn't make sense, right? So like, and like I'm literally driving behind this vehicle I'm supposed to shoot, and it just like starts just driving on its own, swerving and doing things like, no, stop, because like the other bad thing is like that wouldn't be so bad if it did that, if
Yeah.
the but the reticle to aim your weapon on the motorcycle is the same as the steering button or a steering stick. It's not like the right stick is your reticle and the left stick is your motorcycle, right? It's
Right.
like, no, it's the reticle and the motorcycle are on the same stick, so like you have to do that. It's like really infuriating.
Oh no.
Yeah. Um but my son really likes it, so I struggle through it and play it, but man, once he's like, I really hope, the thing is, I like that he's really into Power Rangers, right? Because I
Mm-hmm.
let him play with a lot of my old toys and he's watching the show, and everything, but like I thought it would be fun after we played Ninja Turtles because Power Rangers is essentially the same. I thought it was going to be like a very similar type of game, and
Yeah.
it's like, sure, it's a side-scrolling beat 'em up, but that's where the similarities end.
Ooh.
Shredder's Revenge, awesome. Power Rangers
Yes.
Rita's Rewind,
Not awesome. Questionable content.
it's rough, man. Like I don't really know what to say about it other than like it's rough, and I don't want to say that, right? Because like I wanted to like it a lot because I really like the Power Rangers too, but like
Mm-hmm.
boy, Ed, um
It's
yeah.
it's it's QC. Questionable content.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
All right.
What else have I been playing? We haven't really been playing much else. Oh, we've been playing Mario Wonder also, but he only likes the same 2 levels, and we can't progress because he has a hard time in swimming levels. And that whole like second world, third world, second world is like all swimming.
Swimming.
So, I think I'm going to play it by myself at some point and just get through that initial kind of thing.
So
So we can,
investigate.
so we can go play other levels. But, yeah, that's kind of it.
Okay. What about
Yep.
Fire Emblem for your mobile?
Uh-oh. Ed's yawning. Ed's tired.
No, I had to sneeze. So I was trying to.
Mm,
My 6-year-old daughter and I beat the X-Men arcade game on 360. Yes.
nice. Nice. That's a good one. That's a good one. One they should bring forward, or have the Ninja Turtles developer make a new X-Men beat 'em up. Just gonna throw that out there. Marvel, you can have that for free. Here you go. Have it. Here. Platter.
I just want the Simpsons game still to come, or Metamorphic Force. Need it. Konami to do a arcade collection.
Man. Look, I used to love the Simpsons game, and then when I was in Boston hanging out with Stephanie, we played through the whole thing, and I'm like, I don't know if I ever want to play that game again.
Which? Oh wow.
It was hard.
Oh
Man.
wow. Arcade games hard.
The original
Nah.
microtransaction.
Okay. Double
Especially if you
Dragon.
got further than like the second or third level in any arcade game. They're like,
Mm.
oh, you got past the test, so here you go. Give us more money.
Go through Double Dragon 3 arcade. You'll be like, oh, this is just stealing my money. And the hit
Something.
detection is terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. Dang. So that's it though for me, I guess.
All right.
I don't want to
Well,
complain about Power Rangers anymore.
well, Corey, how about your weekly pickups? I haven't got anything this week, everybody. Like I said, waiting for the Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Likely excuse.
I mean X.
Likely excuse. So like I said, got Poochy and Yoshi's Woolly World for 3DS. Maybe I said it last week, maybe I didn't. I got the physical version of Mario Odyssey because it was the last Mario game I needed for my, the collection.
Mm-hmm.
I have it digitally, but here's the physical. And then I got the Corrin Player 2 amiibo.
Yes.
Because Corrin is the best. Actually, Robin's the best, but yeah, Corrin's second best. It's fine. Technically, if you want to get real technical here, okay, Lucina is best. Lucina, Robin, Corrin. That's how it goes. We're gonna throw that out there, but that's my weekly pickups. I would so Also, side tangent, I ordered Octopath Traveler 1 physically with the Nintendo published uh, thing on the spine, not the Square Enix one, but the Nintendo one, like a week and a half ago, and it's still not here on eBay. I'm like, where is it? So, a little concerned, but it's fine. I also ordered some non Nintendo things, but we'll get into that later because my collection is growing, and I also have a whole pile of stuff over here to get rid of to make room for the things that I want / need to replace.
I feel like I need to go see Jesse and be like, we need to go to Best Buy. There's some Nintendo games that's probably no one touch, and guess what? That store will have them, and maybe for cheap. I need to snack this.
Yeah, our Best Buy usually has a ton of stuff, which is nice.
Not Xbox though. Xbox is in. It's one section, or it's in a glass case, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not kidding. Yeah. The Xbox section at my Best Buy is basically all controllers and some consoles and like cardboard tags with codes on them. It's like a third of an aisle, maybe. So
that's how my Target is.
Rip Xbox, I guess, and physically.
Yes. Well, everybody, it's time for Family News. Corey, take it away.
It is time for family news. You know why, Ed?
We got a lot to talk about. Trust me.
Because whoops, that's wrong. Hold on. Yes, there we go. First story. I was changing our little banner here at the bottom. That's going to be hard to do all the time if I'm hosting all the time. It'll be fine. I'll get it right someday. All right. Let me zoom in on this because why is this so small? My eyes are getting old. So Nintendo has reportedly shipped literal quote boatloads of Switch 2 units to North America. Rumors suggest that about 383,000 Switch 2 units and about 41,500 charging grips were shipped from Vietnamese manufacturer HVBC to North America in January, hinting at a potential early summer launch of the console. HVBG reportedly holds at least 1.7 million Switch 2 screens, and Nintendo aims to produce 7 million units worldwide before launch, with anticipation being high. However, these claims are unverified, so I guess we'll have to wait until Nintendo's Direct on April 2nd. 7 million at launch seems high, but also like good if that's true. Because I don't want to have to do what we did for Xbox and PlayStation right at launch, where like sitting there refreshing like 75 screens trying to get one. You know, I miss the days of the Wii U when I pre-ordered one and just walked in and nobody was in line because nobody wanted a Wii U.
Pretty much.
Oh, it's fine.
I do wonder with the 7 million if that is worldwide that they're trying to hit.
Yeah, 7 million I'm sure is worldwide, right? I mean,
because I know that, you know, they had issues with doing the first Switch. For a couple of months, you couldn't really get one. Like, I actually had to put mine on layaway, just to make sure that I was able to secure it. I mean, I wasn't in a rush of getting one just yet. because we were still waiting for more games and everything to come out. But we was, there was still coming out stuff coming out for the Wii U. We were still getting into some directs. We still had 3DS stuff. Um, so when I was able to get my Switch and everything, I think that's when more of the system started being more into stock. With it. So, uh, yeah. That's good. I really don't think they have shipped any because I'm just like someone would have snuck a picture saying that they actually had one. So
Well, not necessarily, right?
I
Considering crates and stuff, right? There are images of the Switch 2 roaming around not America if you look,
mhm.
right? But like if you're getting crates and like boxes of these things to sit in a warehouse until they're shipped off to the stores, right? Like
I I
nobody's gonna open a massive crate to take pictures of these things.
I I think somebody would. They would risk their job and get in trouble with Nintendo just to have the scoop on it. Um.
Yeah, but
So
I feel like them being in a warehouse in a crate is less exciting than people walking around with them in like China or Vietnam or one of these places where they're coming from off the line. I don't know. That's just my opinion, I guess.
and plus, like, was it China that some people said they had one and they were trying to sell them for like 10,000 or 8,000?
$40,000 was the number I was hearing.
Nonsense. I'm like,
I mean, I agree that's crazy. Um, but people want these things, man. I don't really know what else to say. It's crazy out there.
it is so weird. Some certain players, I would say, didn't want a Nintendo console at all. Had viewpoints from, and then the Switch changed the industry, like I said at the beginning of the show, and with the sale numbers still increasing, um, which I think they're like almost to it. I think they need to do 6 or 7 more million sales of the Switch, and a little bit after that, and they could beat PlayStation 2. So Sony cannot do no shenanigans trying to up the number and everything. I think possibility that if Nintendo can hit it, Switch will be the best selling console in the world, I think, or in North. We already beat North America, but it would be the best seller in the world.
Hmm.
So that's
Yeah,
saying a lot. But
I
yeah,
anticipate Switch 2 being quite the hot ticket item.
yeah.
So. All right. Our next story, Ed, kind of still has to do with the Switch 2. Switch 2, according to certain reports, will likely be $400 or more, not because of how expensive it is to create, but more due to tariffs, apparently. So, analysts are predicting that Switch 2 will be the biggest console launch in history, uh, with a potential price of $400 or more, despite challenges like US tariffs. Experts expect the system to sell in large quantities from day one, with a strong lineup of games, including a new Mario Kart, predicted a new 3D Mario, and then obviously Switch games like Pokemon Legends ZA and Metroid Prime 4 also being playable on the console. Price estimates range from $399 to $499. And like we said earlier, Nintendo is expected to launch with between 6 and 8 million units, with more details revealed during the April broadcast coming up. So, I mean,
I think we've been talking about it being around 400.
mhm,
I
yeah,
know, I know we talked about like with them price dropping Switch One,
mhm.
with Switch Two possibility being like 379 to 400.
Yeah, I think we
Um,
did. I think before the recent election, I'll just leave it at that. We
mm-hmm.
did discuss potentially being $350 to compete with the Series S, right? But
Yeah,
obviously companies need to make their money, and the current administration is kind of making it tough for everyone to do business with us or importing goods, or so yeah, I think. I still think it's going to be about $400.
Yeah,
That's kind of like, the OLED Switch is 350, right? So like 400 isn't that big of a jump for a new console, right? It's my thing is like, how are they going to drop the price of the original Switch? Like, to me, like, to drop the Switch Lite to like $99 would be insanely awesome.
yeah. Especially if you want to try to have less production of the old hardware, like you trying to get it
Mhm.
out of warehouses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That would be a good way to sell more. It would definitely help the sales of the Switch.
Mhm.
Beat I mean help that record number um goal that a lot of us, not Nintendo so much, a lot of us is hoping to happen. Um by dropping the prices and stuff, and because once all of that is out, all those games are out and everything, people will have a big we have all the stuff on the eShop. If there are still physical copies of games that you could find in different stores, people could go and snag those, and you could have a very strong library. With the and plus the SD cards and stuff will still be available, and some accessories. So I feel like there still is a chance of people who want to have a backup Switch, or who are new to Switch, or get their parents or other friends a Nintendo Switch, that a price drop in the system will help more of those sales. With the
Yeah.
$400 price point for a Switch 2, I think with everything that's in it, probably some the new tech, um, the things that the things that's probably like functionality that that system would use once we learn on the second about it, I think would justify a $400 price point. And I'm not saying that Series S would probably be the best option over Nintendo Switch 2. um but I think if you look at some of the Digital Foundry games about Series S and some of their games and stuff,
Mhm.
I think Switch 2 would probably be the better option, that possibility could overtake the Series S,
Oh
and
yeah.
be
No,
the
I
record.
think I think I think you're going to see a lot of complaints about the Series S go away with the popularity of the Nintendo Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I also think, like we said before, Nintendo is positioning themselves technologically, at least, in a way where companies can kind of start either making money on their back catalog of games, right, or put out, you know, maybe even the Switch 2 being the lowest common denominator in some ways in terms of development, which will lower their budgets, which will maybe get their games out faster, which will and obviously, like, games scale really well now, right? Like on
Yes.
Boss Rush podcast we were talking about, um technologically, if it would be possible for Monster Hunter Wilds to run on the Switch 2 based on the leaked specs, and like LeRon had a lot to say about it, which was really interesting. So that episode's coming out this week, um at the time of this recording. uh so yeah, I mean, I would I would be shocked if this console was more than $400. Like, it would seriously shock me, because Nintendo is always known to try to keep their prices low, right?
Low. I
Even if the economy is weird or whatever, right? So,
If
um,
anything, if it had to go over 400, I would probably say maybe 429.
I
Um,
mean, I don't think 450 maybe, but like
well,
even that would be.
yeah, I like
I think you're gonna see. Here's the thing. I think you're gonna see the price jump on games, not the console.
them jumping up to
Like
70.
physical games, yeah. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, I think Nintendo's going to make the leap to $70 games this gen anyway, right? It's natural, I think,
yeah,
right?
which is, I think it's kind of expected.
Hmm.
With
I
the
mean,
way the industry is moving.
they've always played with their price ranges, right? Like, they've you know played between the 40 and
Uh-huh.
$70 mark for the Switch generation, right?
Yeah.
Like, Metroid Prime was $40, right? That's crazy. And then Mario versus Donkey Kong was 50. A lot of their kind of AAA output was 60, Zelda was 70.
Yeah.
One of the Kirby games was 15, I think, on the eShop. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're playing around with that, and I think they've done a great job at doing that. But I think their tentpole titles are definitely going to be $70 this generation.
Yeah.
Any like and then I think you're going to see like the remasters and remakes and stuff will probably hit the $60 mark.
I think they'll
So,
probably hit the $50 mark,
I mean,
maybe.
Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, I think those are going to be definitely $60 plus
Oh,
titles.
oh yeah, those, yeah.
So,
If depending if that depending if there are two different versions of that game,
mm-hmm,
meaning that because since the Switch is still going to be around, if they make it available for Switch, but you want to play it on Switch 2, you'll get a free update or upgrade due to AI or whatever. They probably would still put each of those $60 for right now. Now, I
mm-hmm,
think if a Switch was retired, everything was wrapped up, like for the system to games, and then only Switch 2 was the only available option to play those new versions of games.
mm-hmm,
Then I could see each of them being $70 each or $60 each.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So we'll see. I'm gonna get one day one either way. Like I already have said that I would sell some of my other consoles just to get one if I had to. Not that I
I
have to, right? But like I would.
I
Um,
I I probably would have to. I'm probably gonna have to pre-order from Best Buy, like in Kenosha or something, or
yeah.
Racine. Like I'm
Well,
going to have to go out of state to get one because I know
they're
this.
only doing in store, right? That's the whole thing. Is they're only doing in store pre-orders. Even if you pre-order online, like you have to pick a store to pick it up from
Mm-hmm.
to avoid scalpers, right? That's their whole thing this time around. Rumored,
Uh,
supposedly.
so I think that's I think that's we talked about it. It was just like how will they be able to control that
I
with
mean,
it.
they will have to go through the retailers, right? I mean, Amazon doesn't take Nintendo pre-orders anymore, right?
Right.
Like or first party stuff, at least you can still pre-order Switch stuff, but like not first party. And everything on their first party is still not sold through Amazon or Nintendo. They're all third party sellers. I don't know. I mean, I know you don't like going on Amazon, but like I've actually avoided buying Switch stuff on Amazon
Mm-hmm.
unless it's like hardware
Yeah.
related because of that reason. So,
Yeah. I, I think my thing is, how would people be able to handle, or retailers be able to handle the scalpers if they have like a bot to steal all the pre-orders. And I
mhm.
wonder if there's going to be something to connect it, because there shouldn't be no way that if you go into the store and or you try to get a pre-order and you go into the store and you just happen to catch someone coming out with 50 or 40 Switch 2s, you'd
Yeah,
be like, no, that's
they're gonna.
impossible. And hopefully stores will see that and be like, okay, we only are giving you a limit of one, but I order under, no, that's not your name. Because what I do love about Best Buy, that they would ask you for your driver's license,
Yeah.
and they would say that once you produce your driver's license, it must match the name on here. And
Hmm.
so if we limited one console to you, that it better match that ID that you give us, better match your name.
Yeah.
You give us anything else, we're not giving it to you. We will straight refund you your money.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. This pre-order situation is scary. I'm like, I don't really care about like. when I pre-ordered my Xbox Series X, like I was like I wanted one, but like if I didn't get one, I would have been like, oh well,
Mm-hmm.
I'll get one eventually. Nintendo is like, I gotta get it. I don't care how I get it. I gotta get it. So
Yeah.
I'll find a way. Life finds a way, right? Jurassic Park. Uh Justin says so many games they can make sequels or remasters for. Yes, I
Yeah.
agree. Justin,
Yeah.
I don't know if you listen regularly or not. But Ed and I talk about it all the time where we think that Switch is going to the original Switch is going to survive based like anything that's remade or remastered is coming to the original Switch and will be playable on Switch 2, and then Switch 2 will get all the new
The
software.
games. Yeah.
Uh which to me makes a lot of sense, right? I mean that because like if since the Switch 2 is backwards compatible, that makes so much sense in my opinion, especially if you want to
Mm-hmm.
keep the Switch alive, especially for like kids and stuff. And honestly, that makes so side tangent a little bit. Not really. Same topic, but I playing the 3DS, right? And like playing some GameCube stuff recently and some older kind of older games that aren't in HD or anything makes me realize and maybe I already knew this subconsciously, but like I love HD remasters of games.
Mm-hmm.
And like if they like and we've talked about it too, right? Like the consoles I think that are going to get the most HD remasters are GameCube, Wii, and then anything in the DS era.
Yeah.
And like I think that those like Nintendo could survive just off remaking and remastering their entire libraries for those consoles for like 3 years easily. Um but yeah, I would love to see a um like I said, the Fire Emblem collection or the Mistwalker games or anything like that. Uh, so we'll address that again, I'm sure, several times before. Man, by the way, it is the 15th of March as of the time of this recording. The Switch 2 reveal is in 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. And people are getting ready for it.
Yeah. All right.
You
We're
know.
gonna speaking of remakes and remasters, Ed, we're gonna I mean we're making it worth it for the live viewers here, but like uh a new filing suggests that Nintendo Switch 2 will support GameCube controllers. A recent FCC filing by Nintendo for wireless Bluetooth controller with a model number BEE has sparked speculation that the Switch 2 could support the iconic GameCube controller. Detective work on Family Board suggested the design matches the back of the GameCube controller with the lack of NFC it uh, functionality rules out it being a Switch 2 Pro controller. With Nintendo's history of reworking classic controllers for Switch Online, fans are hopeful GameCube support will be revealed at the April Direct. So, before you go, Ed, this was also a Wii thing, a
Mm-hmm.
Wii U thing, and a Switch
Mm-hmm.
thing. If you remember, they made GameCube controllers for the Wii U and the Nintendo Switch called
Yes.
Smash Pads, and that you
Yes.
had to buy that dumb adapter, right? Which I have two of for some reason, uh, to use GameCube controllers.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this is for like wireless functionality, so like, okay, maybe, but like, I just want people to temper expectations that this has happened before for the last three Nintendo consoles. And because they made those white GameCube controllers for the Wii, remember? Like that
Yes.
limited run for like 6 months. They made the white ones,
Yes.
and I have one, and it's awesome. And I don't use it because I don't want it to get dirty. uh,
Understandable.
Not that I'm like a dirty person, but you know how white gets. Um, so Any thoughts on this, Ed? Now that I've kind of made my point.
So to jump on that point, Corey, when it was Wii, it had the ports in the system. This is like for the black one and the white one before they did the redesign for it,
Mm-hmm.
and you could just literally take your GameCube controller and plug it in. For Wii U, I think that's when it also had the adapter for you to plug in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for Wii, I believe it was USB. For I don't know if it was Wi-Fi.
For Wii,
Not Wii. I'm sorry, for Switch. I don't know
for
if it was Wi-Fi for Switch
it was
because I thought
blue.
it was
It was
USB.
Bluetooth, but if you remember, the adapter plugged in via USB C, and you had to use two USB C ports to plug it in and use
Uh
it.
huh.
And then the GameCube controllers plugged into the unit. Now you could use Wavebird controllers on it if you
Okay.
have them lying around and they still work, right?
Mm-hmm.
But chances are they don't,
Because
or you don't
I
have one.
because I was wondering for the GameCube controller, did they re-release GameCube controllers and it was a USB plug, or was that some kind
Mm-mm.
of third party
That was a
that
third
did it?
party. That was Power A
Okay.
did that. Power A did
Okay.
that.
Power A
Because
did
it
that one.
had because yeah, I know exactly which ones you're talking about because
Yeah.
they had like the switch buttons like the home button and the
Yeah.
extra kind of select button and the screen capture button, but they were GameCube controllers and they had a second trigger on the left
Yes.
side.
Yes.
Um, yeah, those were the Power A ones
Okay.
because I almost
So
bought one, but I'm like, I don't look. Anybody who grew up in the 90s and the early 2000s knows that Mad Catz ruined third party controllers for everyone.
if you
And
do not
so
preach the words, preach.
so anything that it does not say like made by Nintendo or made by PlayStation or Xbox on it, I am not buying you. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I was traumatized as a child with the glow in the dark Mad Catz N64 controller that didn't work after like 3 days. Just saying. That was man, that was quite the rant for a
Mad,
traumatizing.
Mad Cats, it would questionable context to the highest level with Mad Cat stuff. I did not. If your stuff didn't say Xbox, your stuff didn't say Sony, or it didn't say Nintendo on it, I was not touching your third party at all.
I will say, I do want to say one thing. The
But
Logitech,
shout out to Power 8 though. Power 8 does do good work. The stuff is
yeah, I
reliable.
use their chargers, like their controller chargers and stuff, to charge my Joy Cons and my Pro controllers. They have a really nice one that holsters like a Pro controller and then two Joy Cons on the side, which is really nice.
Yes.
And I went to order a second one, and they're like sold out, and they never made them again. So, but it's really nice. I actually charge my NES NSO controllers on it. Um, anyways, what were we talking about?
GameCube.
GameCube, right?
Yeah.
So I think it would be really cool though to have GameCube controllers wirelessly for the Switch 2. I d- uh, hmm, I don't.
So
Here's the thing. I think their NSO stuff, and I'm in the minority here, right?
and that's where I was about to go with it. I think NSO with GameCube releasing on NSO would be the only reason
Mhm,
for them to do it, because I'm like, when it
right.
comes to GameCube controllers, it's really for Smash.
hmm I mean, that's it. I mean, you can also play Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD on Wii U with them,
Hmm.
which is interesting. But I think I'm the only one that's in the minority here. Is that like I think NSO? I really think NSO should stop with N64. I think GameCube and up needs remastered, in my opinion, because that's when Nintendo really starts finding their art style and their like
Hmm.
kind of the vibe going forward with games, right? And like I don't know, and I know that's just me, and I know people want GameCube stuff.
So
Uh,
I don't mind that. Um, I think I get what you're talking about from Nintendo themselves, not
Yeah.
because like I would love to see Sega CD on there. I would love to see, of course, Dreamcast. I would love
Mm-hmm.
to see Saturn on there. 3 Duo,
Mm-hmm.
TurboGrafx 16, the Turbo Duo. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see all of that stuff. The Famicom,
Dreamcast even.
yeah, Dreamcast. Um, what was the Famicom disc? Um, the
The
Famicom,
Famicom disk drive.
yes, or wasn't there? I know there was a disc drive for the N64 that never came
The
out here.
64DD, yeah.
64DD. I thought there was something for Super Nintendo. Um,
The BTS, the satellite stuff,
that
because they had
yeah,
stuff for Link, like they had a Zelda game for it and a Metroid game for it, I think.
yes, that. I think stuff like that, if they were able to get on NSO online, or NSO, I should say, not online, not online. If they were able to get that, that definitely would make it worth the subscription to it. If they want to get into GameCube, that's fine. But I think if they do GameCube, it needs to be more third party than first party, unless there's some games that's never getting re-released,
Mm-hmm.
that Nintendo could do, like Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes or Eternal Darkness or some other games like that. If those are not going to get re-released or anything, then yes, put it on NSO for GameCube. But a whole bunch of third-party games that hasn't been remastered or re-released already, throw that on GameCube NSO.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And make it for a third party, because I think a lot of people be like, oh yeah, I miss this generation of gaming, or I want to get back to it and stuff. Throw it on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when it gets here, I guess. I just as much as I like the GameCube controller, I think my preference for it has waned over the years. I still really like it. Um,
Mm.
I kind of wish it was a little bit bigger and it had that. Like, I just think the functionality of current controllers is much better, obviously, with like the second trigger on the left side and the clickable sticks and the, that kind of thing. But, um, I think if they could make like a cool modern version of that controller, that would be cool because, like, I think the SNES NSO controllers have a second shoulder button on them,
Hmm.
like closer to like the middle where it charges. Um, so that might be interesting to do. But again, we'll cross that bridge when it gets here, right? So,
Yes.
um, let's move on. We got some big bills to talk about here, Ed. Niantic has sold their gaming division, including Pokemon Go for $3.5 billion US. That's a lot of Washingtons. Um,
That seems so low.
that seems like a lot. What are you talking about? You got to remember though, for how popular Pokemon Go is, everything else they've ever done since then has failed, and half of them have shut down. So, Niantic has sold its gaming division, including popular titles like Pokemon Go, Pikmin Bloom, and Monster Hunter Now, to mobile developer Scopely for $3.5 billion. Scopely, owned by the Saudi Arabia Savvy Games Group, plans to continue supporting these games and their development teams, aiming to preserve their original vision and community engagement. Um, Saudi Arabia is broadening their strategy to invest in gaming industry, which is people are not thrilled about, but
Yeah.
we'll leave the political talk out of it for now, and we will discuss this sale.
Reason I say that it's too low, I feel like I feel like the gaming division generated a lot of money past 3.5 billion. Just
I
with
mean,
Pokemon Go.
but you got to remember, Pokemon Go came out 9 years ago.
I know that, but I would think that they would. I mean, okay, so Pokemon Bloom was okay, didn't do much. Monster Hunter now, I think that's still going. I don't know that
It's
if
still
that
it's
close.
kind of popular, but I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
it's probably either it's probably got a little bit of a bump with Monster Hunter Wilds coming out,
Yeah.
or people have just stopped playing it to go play Monster Hunter Wilds.
Fire
But
Emblem. I wonder if Fire Emblem Heroes is part of it.
it's not.
Okay.
None of Nintendo's IP are part of this.
Besides
Uh,
Pikmin.
oh yeah, Pikmin. Yeah, I guess Pikmin. Uh, but where was I going with? Oh, shoot, what was I? Where was I? Oh, they're failed games. Like the Harry Potter game they did
Uh huh.
has been shut down. The Minecraft game they did, which Minecraft World shut
Yeah.
down. Maybe, I don't know if that was them. I think that was them. Uh, and something else. They like three of their games have shut down since Pokemon Go has come out, including I think their main game, which was what Pokemon Go is based off of. So it's I don't know. Pokemon Go has kept them going, I think, for quite a bit. Pikmin Bloom is not impressive, in my opinion. I I downloaded it at some point recently, even because I was like doing a bunch of when we were talking about Nintendo's live service stuff and how that could possibly translate to Switch 2. Like, I wanted to see what Pikmin Bloom looked like in terms of that, and it just did not impress me. It is definitely a mobile game designed to be more like Pokemon Go, but uh, I don't know, man. I know a lot of these companies want to get out of gaming uh,
Mm-hmm.
because of how much it costs to upkeep, especially live service games. So
Yeah. That.
worrisome, but
I think the live service stuff is about to fizzle out
mhm.
and probably fizzle out soon.
Yeah, I mean the only games that are like even successful right now, are either games that have been going for a long time, like Fortnite and Final Fantasy 14 and
Yeah.
WoW. Like, I mean, WoW is kind of just like on autopilot at this point. I feel like, um, I mean, even Destiny is like having a lot of trouble right now in terms of their financial situation. Obviously, with their whole thing with PlayStation
Mm-hmm.
uh, and Sony, it's it's hard, man. Live service games are hard, and just because everybody has a phone in their pocket doesn't mean they're going to play your mobile game, right? I
True.
think that's what Microsoft kind of learned with Game Pass, right? Like that they said everybody has a gaming device in their pocket, but like game, not everyone plays games on their phone, you know.
Right.
Uh, so I mean, it's hard, man. Fire Emblem Heroes though, that's a mobile game. It's great. I looked at my time played on that. Granted, it has auto battle on it, and I have it on auto battle a lot to train my heroes, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not really playing it. I just have the app open. Oh my gosh, it. I have 120 hours in there.
Oh wow.
I haven't spent a penny yet, though. I should
Well,
probably throw them some money, though, right? Like that.
you're not going to.
I'm not. You're right. I bought Fire Emblem games, real games.
That's good enough.
Oh man, but it's really fun.
I know.
I have gotten to the point though where like my playtime has been limited because I've already done almost everything. So like it's really hard for me to earn stuff uh, because I've done all the stuff where you earn stuff and it just doesn't let you go back. So I have to wait for like the new event maps to pop up and everything. But anyways, not important.
Yes.
Any other Thoughts on that, Ed, on the mobile stuff?
Nope.
All right. Ed said nope. Man, what a time to be alive, huh?
Yeah, I just feel like that's just a low value. Bargain for Saudi Arabia. I'm not going. I'm That's all I can say about that. But man, 3.5 billion. It's see the
Half the
billion
price of
makes
Bethesda. They paid basically what Sony paid for Bungie. I think Sony paid 3.6 billion.
and I would be shady, but I'm not going to be.
I mean, look, that I feel bad when I talk about Bungie
I
sometimes because I know
I
people that work there still, right? But like,
no disrespect to Bungie, but I think the better investment was to Insomniac over Bungie.
well, yeah, because they paid $275 million for Insomniac and not billions of dollars.
And they recouped all that money.
Dude, they did. They recouped it after one game.
Exactly. And then some.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about a new Nintendo store opening in San Francisco this May. They're opening their second official U.S. store, with the first being in New York. Obviously, there is one in Seattle, but usually it's for friends and family of employees only, so it's not really open.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's opening on May 15th in Union Square. The store will have a range of exclusive products, events. So it's very similar. It's obvious. It's just like the Nintendo store in New York. So if you've ever been there, it's going to be that. Some people think that the Switch 2 will launch the same day. I don't think so. I think that's very dangerous for that store to do that. So the thing is though is they are taking reservations to enter the store on opening day. So
Yeah.
Watch out for that if you're interested in going to that. I don't really have anything else to say about that. I just
Hopefully some of our friends and people that we know around the area go and share their experience with us.
Yeah. I maybe if I ever go out there for work, because we go out there like once or twice a month for events, more like the like San Jose ish area and like the kind of like what's another part of San Francisco that we go? It's not San Francisco proper, but it's across the bridge on the other side. I forget. Because my brain is melting. It's fine. But I'm maybe someday if I go out there, maybe I'll go. But other than that, whatever. Cool. I wish they would open more stores, to be honest. Speaking of opening, Star Wars Hunters, the kind of battle royale Star Wars game, cartoony game.
This left everybody clueless. Like, wait, what?
Star Wars Hunters will close its servers down later this year. The servers for Star Wars Hunters will shut down later this year, marking the end of the online support for the free-to-play mobile and Switch game. Players will no longer be able to access online features or purchase in-game content after the closure. I thought this game was kind of popular. I know Mark Carabin of Secret Friends co-op mode loves this game.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I just kind of thought this game was like more popular, but also like they should have put it on Xbox and PlayStation and PC.
I thought it was on other consoles and other hardware. Oh,
no. I think they planned it at some point and then they didn't, because I thought they stopped porting it because it became popular on the other consoles and they had to support it.
Yeah, it's a weird, wacky story because everybody was just like they didn't know that the game was out, and they thought that I guess it's because of with all the updates and everything and stuff. It is one of those Disney kind of things that stuff will come out, and unless you subscribe to it and look out for that information, you would know what the updates and stuff was happening. The game didn't really get no kind of coverage or anything. They dropped it and that was it, and they moved on. I mean, I think it got some updates for new characters, but that was like sometime last year. I think 3 months after the game came out, and then nothing.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought this game was more popular than it was, but
I I mentioned this to David, and I think the Star Wars video games needs to be put on hold for the next 3 years. I think I'm very over it. Just all of those games. No disrespect to Ubisoft, EA, and all of those games. Those games are Outlaws is really great as a game. I kind of feel like that should be the last one and nothing more. At least for 3 years. Just let that series rest for video games. Let that series rest on Disney Plus. Just take a break away from Star Wars because it's not hitting the way that it used to hit back in the olden days. In some of the 2000s, some of the movies are good, but I'm just like this. They really have Call of Duty this franchise, and I'm like, I think I could. I think I'm done with it. Basically, just hold off for the next 3 years for all media, all things related to Star Wars, and then when 3 years are up, then bring something back for it. But right now, I'm over it.
yeah. So, yeah, man. Like I said, like we just said, live service stuff is hard, and if you don't hit, I just think all these companies are just trying to like. I mean, obviously, Fortnite is a huge influence, but then like you see Lara Croft pop up in Fortnite again, and it's like, well, Fortnite's the bread and butter at this point. Like, just
Right.
license your character to Fortnite and get it over with, right? Like, we'll make 70% off of that character skin and hope for the best. So, oh, Edward, these games, man. But
Yeah.
speaking of games, Ed, you know what time it is?
Yes.
Pack Watch.
Pack Watch.
Here are the upcoming video games and updates you can play or experience on your Nintendo Switch this week. 3/18, we have MLB The Show 25. The very popular baseball game is coming this week, which is great.
Before you go on, Corey, with that,
Nope.
hold on, just real quick. Um, did the cover of that game ever come out? Did they ever show the cover for it?
Yeah, like a couple weeks ago.
I
Like
have
a month
never.
ago, maybe.
I haven't seen the cover anywhere. Like I didn't like even
You could
Sony have.
you could just Google search it, Ed.
Yeah, I thought only reason why because I thought Sony would poster it or say
This
something about it and be like, "Hey, this is coming out soon" and everything. Like Sony's been quiet about this for MLB 25.
this isn't 1997 where you have to wait for the next EGM to show it.
Hey, leave my Mac. Well, that is true, but
Nah.
yeah, I just thought that Sony would start marketing this game or like even reveal it, and I haven't got nothing. Like and I don't even know. Maybe Push Square probably have like in the background ads and stuff. They may have something, but yeah, this game like has literally been quiet this year. No one's been talking about it unless I've been missing out. That's why I asked about like, did they make a cover for this?
Yeah. It's out there.
Okay.
Ignite your passion and build your very own path to greatness from high school all the way to the Hall of Fame. Along the way, connect with iconic baseball stars and fan favorite modes, updated with new ways to play. Also, there is a roguelike mode in this version of the game, so you nerds out there who like those things can I don't know. I don't even know how that works.
For those players who love sports in the rogue, like you have a mode now that you can enjoy.
Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition is coming out on 320.
Yes.
The massive sci-fi adventure returns for a new generation. Explore the planet Mira and defend yourself against enemies using giant weaponized robots. The visually enhanced edition of this open world RPG contains newly added story elements and more. Very, very excited for this, Ed.
Same.
I'm really this what, Thursday? It's coming out Thursday, right? That's the new day Nintendo games come out is Thursday. So yeah. Yeah, because the 18th is Tuesday, and that's when MLB comes out.
Oh, they're not doing Friday no more. Oh, okay.
No, their last 4 or 5 releases have been on Thursdays. Yeah, I think the first one was Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Was the Thursday. Maybe it was Paper Mario.
When was Donkey Kong? Because I think Donkey Kong Country Returns.
It was a Thursday.
It was a Thursday. Okay,
So
then Thursday, yeah.
Atelier Yumia, the Alchemist of Memories and Envision Land. This is a story about memory. Explore the field to gather materials and synthesis items. The items you create can be key to advancing the story and can be used in battles and exploration. Additionally, you can create your own base with building in the field. Great. So yeah, those are the major games coming out this week. I looked on the eShop. It's a bunch of questionable, not safe for work, AI driven games. And so if you want that slap, that's also coming out. But we will not be talking about it here. A lot of game updates and expansions this weekend.
All right. What do we got?
So a lot of these are more game updates than DLC, but there's some DLC in here too. Let's see. Ender Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist has released a free 1.1.0 update, adding a boss rush mode. Thanks, guys. Thanks for adding us to your game. A boss rematch and new game plus, along with new relic upgrades and bug fixes. The update is live on Steam now and should be out on consoles by the time this episode comes out to podcast feeds. So keep that in mind. If it's not out as of now, it should be soon. Splatoon 3's version 9.3.0 update arrives this week, featuring weapon adjustments, Splatfest changes, bug fixes, and hints at future battle balance tweaks. Vampire Survivors massive free update in version 1.13 arrives in March, promising new characters, weapons, and references. The cross-save support launches alongside it. The Switch version will receive this cross-save support feature in a later hotfix, so you can take your Vampire Survivors save everywhere. Ayun Chronicle 100 Heroes has released the Chapter of Sign DLC for $7.99, offering a new perspective on events with the Galdian Empire. It's included in the Season Pass in the Digital Deluxe Edition, and the Chapter of Marcus is arriving on April 3rd. I think that release date is new, so that's coming.
That game I need to start.
The Pokemon trading card game Pocket will remove trade tokens that and introduce a Shine Dust system for trading higher rarity cards by the end of the fall. This was due to player feedback. They made this change, by the way. I know a lot of people had issues with trade tokens. Additional updates will include improved trading features and potential solutions to currently untradeable cards. Interesting. By the way, I pulled a 3-star Charizard EX card.
Oh, nice.
Very excited. I think that's rare. I'm not sure. I think 3 stars is like a rare, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't really care, but it was a cool card, so I'm bragging about it.
It's Charizard.
It's the only card with like a full animation. Like it says hold down on the card, so you hold down on the card and it like zooms in on Charizard and then it zooms out and there's like Pikachu riding a Pidgeotto and like a
Uh,
Blastoise fighting a Venusaur and a Dragonite flying overhead, and it's like, man, what's going on in this card? It's a Charizard card.
is there a scene where Pikachu rides Charizard?
I don't remember, probably. All right, Ed. The Final Fantasy series has surpassed 200 million sales worldwide,
Yes.
with 5 million from the 2023 Pixel remasters. To celebrate, Square Enix released its 1.2.0 patch for all 6 remasters, featuring UI improvements, balance tweaks, and bug fixes.
Yep, got my patch.
Tetris 99 is getting Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition Maximus Cup, which includes music, themes, and more for the game.
Cool.
As for Nintendo Switch Online this week, there are not really any updates to games, but Nintendo Music has added the Super Mario Brothers 3 full soundtrack. So you can, yep.
I love that song. That music.
So that is your pack watch for the week. I'm very excited for Xenoblade.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm assuming Xenoblade is your pick of the week as well.
Yes. I'll tell you, Yumia, go read the Nintendo Life review. It might be the show 25. I have not one idea. People, my friend will buy it on PlayStation 5 and play it there. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I think
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Microsoft is doing it on Game Pass. Don't know
Yeah,
yet.
they're not. It's the
Oh,
first time it's not on Game Pass.
then hopefully people buy it on Xbox
I
if they
don't
feel like
remember why. There was a reason, but I don't remember why. And honestly, I don't really care. It's probably because Nintendo has that 2-week free trial lined up in like August for NFL
True.
members.
True.
Well, that's how I played it. And I got my fill of an MLB, the show, in 2 weeks for that free trial. So thanks, Nintendo.
You're right.
All right. It's time for question block. If you have any questions, topics, comments, or thoughts, feel free to send them into the show. If you're watching live, you can leave them in the comments and we'll try to get to some of them during this segment of the show. But if not, you can join our community Discord and leave your comments there in the question block channel, or you can leave them on the YouTube video or free Patreon tier or wherever you find a thread. We will check it. So Twitter, Blue Sky, we also leave threads there as well, so you can leave them there. We have 2 questions right now, Ed. Sam Hall via YouTube writes in. He says, the Switch 2 is coming up, obviously. And I was wondering what your thought on past Nintendo console launch lineups were. What is the best? What is your favorite? Interested in your thoughts. Ed, before you answer.
Yes.
I had a really cool idea when I saw this question. I think leading up to the Switch 2 launch, not the reveal, the launch, this would be a great expansion pass series similar to our time capsule.
Yes.
But like we go through like the launch lineup of all the Nintendo consoles. But like, okay, here's our NES and Game Boy, launch episode. Here's our Super Nintendo and launch episode, and kind of go through the different iterations of that.
Well,
I think that'd
definitely
be really cool.
Yeah, definitely not the Virtual Boy. Is that?
Why not?
No, I'm talking about that's
like
my
Wario's Woods.
Wasn't it like only 2 or 3 games that came out for the
there were
games?
14 games total that came out for that console, so I don't know.
I never bought the Retro Boy, everybody. So
I had one and I sold it to pay rent, and I really regret it. Way back in the day, and now they're like really expensive. So anybody out there wants to get me an early birthday present, Virtual Boy, you can send it.
Uh,
Anyways, but just to answer the question, I think, I mean, my favorite was probably N64, but that's because just Mario
Super Mario
64 was
64.
so amazing, right?
Mm-hmm.
GameCube was also pretty memorable with Luigi's Mansion and Pikmin, and then right around the corner was Smash, right? So, um, I don't know. It's hard for me. Like, I know a lot of people might think the Wii with Wii Sports and Zelda and stuff, but like, I hated Twilight Princess on the Wii. I played the GameCube version on the Wii.
That's what
So,
I did.
um, I don't know. It's hard for me to say the Wii. Um, but I don't know for me. I think it's either the GameCube or the N64.
Okay, so I know I'm going to get some looks for this.
Shocking.
Um,
Ed has a hot take. Everybody, strap in.
I, I, I think the Wii U had the best one
Oh no!
outside
What?
of. Oh yeah,
Ew! Why?
I think because it had more third party and
That doesn't make it better.
I man, I really think that it was really strong. To me personally, it was strong.
5-year-old Xbox 360 games are not qualified for a launch lineup.
No, but I really think that the Wii U at the beginning had a lot of diversity for it.
That's true.
Um like EA gave put a Madden game on it. Mass Effect 3 was on it. Like, I think Call of Duty
Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2 was on there, and they said that was a great way to play that game, or the best way to play that game, definitive version. And so I
I,
feel like I kind of just feel like that 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 was the one for me. Um
it did have a lot of great launch games. Like obviously, like, Assassin's Creed 3 was a launch game. I remember because I bought like 8 games that day. Uh, Call of Duty, Black Ops 2, Darksiders 2. I think
oh, and Zombie U.
Zombie U. I think New Super Mario Brothers U gets a lot of hate, and I actually think it's the best of the New Super Mario Brothers series.
All right. Uh,
Um,
Corey,
Batman.
I have the list for it.
Okay.
Um, so Assassin's Creed 3, Batman Arkham City Armored Edition, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Chasing Aurora, Darksiders 2, Disney Epic Mickey 2, The Power of 2, EA Sports FIFA Soccer 13, ESPN Sports Connection, Game Party Champions, Just Dance 4, Little Inferno, Madden NFL 13, Mass Effect 3, Mighty Switch Force Hyperdrive Edition, Nano Assault Neo, NBA 2K13, New Super Mario Bros. U, Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge, Nintendo Land, Rabbids Land, Scribblenauts Unlimited, Sing Party, Skylanders Giants, Sonic and All Star Racing Transform, Tank Tank Tank, that game, Take Attack Tournament 2, Wii U Edition, Transformers Prime, Trine 2, Director's Cut, Your Shape Fitness Evolve, Warriors Orochi 3 Hyper, Wipeout the Game 3, and Zombie U. That's a lot of games.
It is a lot of games. I think I bought 8 games that day. I bought a lot of games that day. Um,
I know I had to have Super Mario Brothers U. Like
yeah,
that was
let's see. The games I bought that day were Mario, Batman, Assassin's Creed 3, Darksiders 2, Epic Mickey, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, because I remember Tekken Tag Tournament on PS2 was so much fun. And so I ended up getting it. Call of Duty I bought, and Zombie U were the games that I bought for that console that day. Oh, and Mass Effect 9.
Yeah.
So yeah, I bought so many games that day. Oh, Spent a lot of money that day, and a pro controller.
Tank, tank, tank. That because
Did
that was
not
the one
buy
that
Tank.
it took your picture for it. Yeah,
Yeah, did something.
because I
Uh,
know what was the platinum game one? 1000, the superhero one.
Wonderful 101.
Wonderful 101. I think they came out a month or two later. It was in a launch window, but I think it came out later.
Mm-hmm.
For it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think there's just so much diversity there.
there is, but I mean, every game there except for like 3 of them are old games. You know, I mean, not
Yeah.
not saying that they aren't great on the Wii U,
Mhm.
but like they're all old games, right? So, I mean, even Assassin's Creed 3 was like 5 months, 3 or 4 months old at that point. Because I remember like I bought the special edition for Xbox 360 because I wanted the Connor statue, which is still sitting up here on my shelf. Uh,
Uh-huh.
but I wanted to play it on Wii U, so I waited and I traded in the Xbox 360 version of the game for the Wii U version. And by the time I bought the Wii U version, like the Wii U version was $50, I think, and the Xbox 360 version was like $14.99 or something.
Wow.
Used at GameStop. So that's when GameStop still was like sort of a viable place to go to.
Yeah.
Yikes! That store, man, rough.
Not so much. Not so much. I mean, it is in a way, but for some people, but like a lot of stores, it's just not around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a GameStop by me anymore. I have to drive 25 minutes to the closest GameStop now.
I gotta drive about 15 minutes from me.
Yeah, but yeah, the Wii U was a fun launch day. I don't know if it was the best launch day.
I think to me, I feel like it was, and that's why I'm not including Switch in
Mm-hmm.
this
Yeah,
in this question.
I don't think you can include Switch.
Yeah, because
Too new.
like I know you don't like the Wii. Uh,
I hate the
you
weed, but that dude, I do remember having so much fun on launch day though, because we went out and stood outside Toys R Us to get it,
uh-huh.
and I was debating either to buy, I was buying Zelda in the console, and I bought 2 classic controllers and an extra Wii remote and nunchuck in the console, and I was gonna buy Zelda, and I was debating on either Red Steel or what was the other launch game? What was the other launch game?
Uh,
There was a Rabbids game that I almost bought, but like,
yeah, I do have the list.
yeah, read it, read it off.
So Avatar: The Last Airbender, Barnyard, Call of Duty 3, Cars, Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi 2, Excite Truck, GT Pro Series.
Excite Truck was the other game I was going to buy,
Oh
but
wow.
I ended up getting Red Steel instead because Game Informer had that cool cover story when it was
Yeah.
still called the Revolution, and that was the first game revealed for the Wii.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
I
was
still
like,
have that one. I think I still have that cover.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh my gosh, to swing a sword, it would be awesome. And like, I was like, I'm in. And then Red
Uh
Steel ended up being like not great,
okay.
but
The second one is great.
yeah, the
I
second
do.
one's
Yeah.
awesome.
GT Pro Series, Happy Feet, Madden NFL 007, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Metal Slug Anthology, Monster 4x4 World Circuit, Need for Speed Carbon, Open Season, Rapala Tournament Fishing, Raymond Raven and Rabbits, Red Steel, SpongeBob SquarePants, Creatures from the Krusty Krab, Super Monkey Ball, Banana Blitz, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Double Agent, Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam, Trauma Sensor, Second Opinion, Wii Sports, and World Series of Poker.
Oh man, I forgot about Trauma Center. Trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really popular DS series for a while.
Mm-hmm. And that's Atlas right there.
Yeah.
Um,
Dang.
Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam. Was that
It was like a weird racing game
okay?
because like you could do tricks, but it was more of like a racing kind of game where like I don't, you had to like steer the Wii remote to emulate the board. It was weird. It was a
Hmm.
weird one.
Ultimate Alliance. Was that on Xbox and
Yeah,
PlayStation 2?
yeah, it was a 360 launch game.
Okay, then it came to Wii.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
one did we give on Switch? Ultimate Alliance 3, right?
3. Yeah. Yeah, because Ultimate Alliance 1 is the one that everybody likes. Ultimate Alliance 2 is based off the Civil War comic books, and nobody liked it. And then we got
Okay.
3 for Switch.
What
But
was the
everybody,
one on? I thought there was one on Xbox.
the X-Men Legends games were on Xbox, which is
That's
what
it.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance is based off of.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
Mhm.
That needs to
There were 2 of
remake
them.
or remaster.
Yeah,
That
there were
need to
2 of
come.
them. There was X-Men Legends and then Rise of Apocalypse.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
had them both. They were
Legends
great.
was. I think I still got my Legends. Legends was good.
Dude, X-Men Legends was awesome.
Yeah.
So. All right, our final question of the night, unless we get some in the chat before we finish answering this one. Sean Malone writes in via Blue Sky. What franchises do you think will make a comeback on Switch 2? I think we're gonna see a Kid Icarus game. I have a feeling. I just have this weird feeling, and I'm not like a big Kid Icarus person at all. Like I don't care about Kid Icarus at all. But I have a feeling.
I hope Eternal Darkness comes, and I hope Arms comes back.
Arms 2.
Yeah, I hope Arms 2 happen. But mostly Eternal Darkness. I really think that Nintendo needs a horror game because I don't know how the Fatal Frame series is going at this moment and everything. So I definitely would love to see something like that it's with Eternal Darkness from Nintendo themselves to come with it. I was thinking of Rare doing something, but I'm like that's between Rare, Microsoft, and Nintendo, and I don't think anything is gonna happen unless it's NSO related.
I'm actually kind of shocked they haven't put Rare Replay on Switch yet. To be
I'm
honest,
surprised they didn't get that Battletoads game on Switch.
Yeah,
like
I mean, whatever. I don't really care, but still, like, it seems odd. That would be the like no brainer to me if you ask me. But
I would love to see Project Hammer. One of Nintendo's action games that ended up getting canceled. I would kind of love to see.
Yeah, well,
that
we thought
come back.
We thought Project Giant Robot got canceled and it got shoved into Labo. Remember?
Yeah, that is true.
Which is hilarious.
There was a Wii game that like there was a city. I think it was a third person shooter. I think it was a city with all this water that was happening to it. Oh goodness.
Got me. The only shooters I can think of on Wii were like the Conduit. The Conduit would be a cool series.
That
to bring
would
back.
be a good one. Yeah.
That's Sega though, right?
Yeah, that's Sega. That is Sega.
Conduit was pretty neat. The first one was really good, actually. Second one, weird, but still fun. Yeah, man, the Conduit was cool. Should bring that back. Sega, bring it back. I don't really think Sega really cares to bring that back.
When is Squaresoft brought the bouncer back?
Yes. Dude, look, if Square brought the Bouncer remastered or something, yes. I still have my copy of the Bouncer. That was the first game I ever bought for PS2. I bought the Bouncer and I bought Madden and NBA Live. Those were the first 3 games I bought for the PS2.
Is it The Last Order? No. What's Microsoft's Xbox role play game? Lost
Odyssey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to see it too on Switch. I would like to may have that be a comeback. Sure, I would love to see Blue Dragon get another one.
Yeah, I would like to see all of Miss Walker's games maybe make a comeback at some point.
Pandora's Tower.
Yeah. I guess we'll see. But that's it. That's all we got, Ed. That's all of our questions, I think. Let me double check chat here. Yeah. That's it. That's all we got.
Well, everybody, as we before we head out, just quickly our final thoughts. Like I said, we are getting ready for the Switch 2 Direct. We are excited to see what games are going to be on it. If there going to be some PC games coming, some first party from Microsoft, or definitely indie games. We are definitely excited to see. I really hope at PAX East they have a demo station for this, and hopefully Boss Rush could get a chance to get their hands on it, play over some of the games, and give our impression live at PAX East. But so that is my final thought. Corey, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I just I'm kind of excited for some of the stuff we're lining up. I don't know how much of it will work out and how much will really I would like this live stuff was really fun for me to do again.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we can keep that up at least on our main shows. But it does have me rethinking of how I have my setup now, because Laurent was playing Fusion last night on stream, or Zero Mission.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I kind of want to stream again. And now that I have this extra section of a desk over here, I'm like, it could happen. So maybe we'll see. But yeah, I'm just I feel this is the best I've felt since the Bossies ended. I've just felt really burnt out, honestly, the last few months, and only recording twice last week and kind of getting things out on time, quickly, processing out quickly instead of waiting, really helped me kind of take some days to myself and actually rest and play games and stuff. So
yeah,
I don't know. I feel better. And this is the best I've felt since, I don't know, probably since before Thanksgiving, to be honest. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right. Well,
also, shout out to all the people who joined us live. Very fun to see, almost 50 people watching us across the platforms that we're live on. So thanks for hanging out. And on this test stream. I guess we have to do this now, Ed. 50 people are watching us. I guess we have to do this.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how things go. Well, thank you for watching or listening to this episode of Nintendo Pow Block. Remember, you can find new episodes of this podcast every Monday morning on YouTube podcast services as part of our free Patreon content and on our website at bossrush.net. If you enjoyed the discussions on today's episode, leave the video a like or a good rating or your podcast app. If you subscribe to our Patreon, you get ad-free access, early access to Expression Pass and Book Club, and exclusive access to Power Block 1-Up. Thank you so much for watching and or listening. Have a great week, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on Nintendo Pow Block. Bye, everybody. Woohoo!
Goodbye. If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.